Howdy, folks. I'm Brian.
I'm Amber.
And here's some Reddit. All right, our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not letting my husband's friend be my newest baby's godfather after the joke that he made about our daughter? All right, folks, this one is a bit disturbing. And if you are disturbed by things like sexism, racism, and stuff that no one should ever say about children, please skip this one and move to the next story. So, I'm pretty sure that I'm in the right about this, but I need to feel justified in my decision. I feel like I need more opinions than just mine and my husband's. So, my husband is friends with a guy named Glen. Glen has always been crude and tells stupid jokes that make me not want to be around him. My husband is a wonderful man, but has a soft spot for Glen. They grew up in poverty together and literally spent their childhood looking out for each other. That being said, my husband keeps Glen away from me because he knows that I'm not fond of him. An example of a joke that he's made when my husband and I were dating was, "She looks like a hot adult worker." Classy. Not my favorite guy. But I try to be respectful of their circumstances, and I haven't said anything about their friendship until now. I'm pregnant with my second child, and Glen begged to be our newest baby's godfather. I have no idea why. He wasn't interested in being the godfather to our 3-year-old daughter, but initially I was cool with it. He's a hard-working man, and I assumed that he was trying to show that he's responsible. He said that he would take care of our children if anything happened to me and my husband. Well, last night he came over for some drinks and I was bathing my daughter. After her bath, she ran down the hallway, butt naked, evading my capture, and into the kitchen where the boys were having drinks. I quickly collected her and proceeded to put her to bed. I came downstairs to overhear Glen say, "You know, your Latino blood and her white blood make for a very attractive young girl. I'm not attracted now, but she'll be hot when she grows up." It's disgusting to even read. I felt sick to my stomach. Me too. And I went into the kitchen to hear the beginning of a shouting match between him and my husband. He swore that it was just a joke, but my husband and I quickly made him leave, telling him that he's in no way, shape, or form will be the godfather of our kids. Thank you. He has been texting my husband nonstop today, saying that he's sorry and it was an honest joke, but we made the decision that he won't be anywhere near our children in the future, and I think it's a good one. But I wanted a second opinion. Did we overreact? I don't want to be a jerk because I'm trying to be an overprotective mom. So what do you think? Am I the jerk? All right, folks. What do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Absolutely not the jerk. Keep this man far, far away from your kids.
So Glen needs a restraining order. Yeah, he needs to stay 100 feet away from your kids or more.
Where is the joke in all of this?
Yeah, there was no joke. That was a racist thing to say and an extraordinarily inappropriate thing to say, and it's not good. It's very, very much not good. At very best, Glen is going to be a very poor example to your children, and at worst, he will not be a very good person and do bad things, right? And you do not want to take a gamble on either of those circumstances, especially the latter. So OP, no, you're not a jerk. He is showing you who he is. Believe him and do not let him anywhere near your children. That's my opinion. Please. Anyhow, take care and good luck. I know he's your old friend, but from now on, if Glen ever comes within 100 yards of your kids, I would call the cops non-negotiable. Not the jerk. Some jokes should not be made. Yes. It's not even a joke. All right, a palate cleanser for everyone here. Our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not wanting to attend a Game of Thrones wedding? My friend Lexa is getting married soon. She and her husband are extreme Game of Thrones fans. They've watched the show 5+ times. Their house is decked out with Game of Thrones themed decorations, accessories, etc. Because of their shared love of Game of Thrones, Lexa and her fiance decided to have a Game of Thrones themed wedding. I'm perfectly fine with the idea of a themed wedding, and I'm even okay with the Game of Thrones dress/costume for the wedding. The only thing I can't seem to get behind is the fact that a majority of the wedding will be conducted in High Valyrian. For those who don't know, it's a made-up language from Game of Thrones. Her wedding is also a destination wedding, and I'm finding it hard to justify going out of my way to a wedding that's not even in a real language that I won't be able to understand. Am I the jerk if I don't go? I mentioned that I was having doubts to Lexa, and she got really mad at me because I had originally said that I could go before I knew it was in High Valyrian. She also has been sending me links to learn High Valyrian on Duolingo, and I feel like even if I did show up, she'd be mad at me for not learning it. Edited ad, the reception will also be in High Valyrian, and all the speeches and roasts are expected to be in High Valyrian too. I think they mean toasts. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Now, if it wasn't for the High Valyrian, I'd be inclined to say no jerks here. Some people do bond over languages, and it's fun to have a passage in a different language at your wedding. Like, there's nothing wrong, but usually you'd have translations provided too.
Yeah.
But to have the entire thing in a language that almost no one's going to understand seems a little bit much to expect of your guests.
Well, not only will it be something that the guests don't understand, but they're expected to know and learn it, which I think is a little bit much, right? I think that it's great that they have this thing that they enjoy. I think it's great that they have something that they've bonded over, but it's a little bit extreme to expect everyone else to want to be joining in on those kinds of things. It's a lot like the puppet wedding. So speaking of which, let me ask you this, folks. Which wedding, because we've had all kinds of themed ones recently, would you like to go to? The Disney one, the puppets one, the Cats/Harry Potter's one, or this Game of Thrones one?
Still going Harry Potter. I mean, I'd be a little worried to go to a Game of Thrones wedding based on what happens.
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, neither Amber nor I have watched the Game of Thrones, but we do know about the Red Wedding. I think everyone knows about the Red Wedding, and I think that right there would concern me. It would concern me quite a bit. What do we mean by a Game of Thrones themed wedding here? So, OP, I don't think that you're the jerk in this situation. It is a lot to ask. Anyhow, take care and good luck. I wouldn't feel safe attending a Game of Thrones wedding. Who knows, it'll be a red wedding or a purple one. Not the jerk. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Being Protective of My Daughter? I'm a 44-year-old male, and I have a stepson, a 20-year-old male, and a daughter, an 18-year-old female, with my wonderful wife, a 42-year-old female. My daughter is an exceptionally smart girl. She enjoys working with me on scientific projects, helping at our local pharmacy, and is typically a lot more social than my stepson is. Due to this, I've grown very protective of my little girl, which I think is for the best. Recently, a boy my daughter's age has been coming by a lot. He spends a lot of time alone with my daughter in her room. And while she says that they're just working on a project together, I tend to be very wary about these things. I used to be young myself. I know what teenagers like to do. She's 18. She's an adult. OP, you need to accept that your daughter has grown up and give her the space and privacy that she needs. I'm going to continue. My daughter and I were having some father-daughter time when the previously mentioned boy came to pick her up for some plans that they had. My daughter is embarrassed and said that she forgot, but I offered that he could come and join us in our activity instead. At one point, she leaves us alone for a moment, which is where my jerk moment allegedly came from. We had been having some light conversation when the topic of my daughter came about. And so I said to the boy that my daughter had a bright future and that I didn't want him getting in the way of this. I was under the impression that my daughter was not aware of what I said, but as soon as the boy left, my daughter became irate. She confronted me, saying that I had no business to assume her relationships or speak to her friends that way. However, I disagree. Well, then you are wrong. It's my duty as a father to make sure that my little girl grows up to become a successful young woman, and distraction like boys are going to stray her from her pursuing her career and her dreams. My daughter does not have the heart to call me a jerk, but she certainly implied it to me, and later confirmed this to my wife. I was successful in scaring off the boy bothering her, but my daughter has been angry and distant with me since. Am I the jerk for wanting at least one successful child? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Major jerk. I mean, not only is she an adult who can make her own decisions, so I really take a problem with your assumption that boys are going to distract her. Like, there are people who get distracted by people. If she's a smart person and you trust her to make good decisions, trust her to choose partners who will build her up.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is that OP, your daughter is a grown-up. She can make her own decisions, and like, while she's still young and may still want advice from you and guidance from you, you need to allow her the time and space to ask you for that advice and ask you for that guidance, and not just assume that you know what's best for her. So she needs to be able to have space and room to make her own decisions and also her own mistakes. You know, the only way you learn is by doing, right?
Right, and you're not owed a successful child, whatever definition of success is.
Her definition of success might be wildly different from what OP's is, and if she decides that she has a different definition of success, then he needs to understand and respect that.
And, like, it sounds like he doesn't want her having a partner at all. Because, he doesn't say there's anything bad about this boy. He's a distraction, so he needs to go.
Yeah, so I really just fundamentally disagree with OP here, and I think that they have a lot of growing up to do themselves.
OP's daughter, get a girlfriend.
Anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some mint tea, Amber has some water, but she used to have mint. Is it drink? Oh, you still have mint tea? Okay. And she has a joke for us from Mary.
Yes, so this is not my joke. Although, I wish it was. What did the shellfish say to his crush?
Oh, this one.
What did the mollusk say to his crush?
I think it was... Oh, I'll let you tell the punchline.
Nothing. He clammed up.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very cute joke. I love it. Thank you so much, Mary, for sharing that one. And I have Mega Mint Tea. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like, and if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Happy Friday! We made it to the end of the week. So, yesterday, I was like, oh, Amber, it's gonna be Friday tomorrow. And I mean, of course, recording this on Thursday, right? So I was like, oh, it's actually not.
Yeah, well, it was like nighttime, and Brian was like, it's gonna be Friday tomorrow, and I was like, no, it's Thursday. And he was just like so disappointed.
But tomorrow will be Friday for me. It's Friday for you right now. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.